Hi, and welcome to IDL 7140 LMS and evaluations. We are at the start of week 4 evaluations, and we are going to start with D2L Brightspace with our how-to tutorials. And this one is going to focus on how to change gradebook settings, create electronic gradebook categories and items in D2L. So we are going to start in D2L. As you see, we've got it already up. We're going to start right here with grades, and we're going to select grades from the top nav bar. From there, we are going to, let me minimize this so we can get everything into the screen here. All right, we are going to select settings from the right corner here. And then this is what we're talking about, how to change your gradebook settings. So we went into grades, went into settings, and now you have all of the options available to you to make any and all adjustments that you want to change. When you're done, you'll select save, and you'll be done with adjusting your settings. Now, when we're looking at creating electronic gradebook items, we will come right back up to grades, and we're going to select manage grades right here. And then you're going to see a drop down for new, and we have the option to select an item or a category. And right now we're looking at items. So we're going to select item. And then you can choose the type of gradebook item that you want to, whether it's numeric, a select box, whether you can say, you know, you did very good or got to be plus. You can do pass fail. You can do a formula calculated right here, or you can do text right here as well. Now some of these can get a little bit confusing, so you know, I like to stick with the numeric, so we'll just go ahead and hit numeric, and then you come into the new grade item where you can enter your information. You can enter the name right here. You can select the category. Now, one of the other things we're looking at is how to create an electronic gradebook category. So this is one of the areas that you could do that from. If there's none in here that you want, you know, we've got participation. You know, maybe we want to make a new category. So you would just do that right here. You would name it and hit save, and now you have a brand new category, and that was super, super easy. All right. So we're just going to select participation as our category. We'll do that. And you have the option to write in a description here. Allow users to view grade item description. Of course, I mean, you could put in your description for yourself, but a lot of the time it's going to be for your students or your users. You come down to select how many points you want to award this. And then you have the options of whether your students can exceed that amount of points, you know, get bonus points for it, or if you want to actually exclude this from the final grade calculation. Your grading scheme, come down here and you select that, whether you want to look at percentage or organizational letter grade. So we're going to go ahead and select a letter grade. And then, you know, we were talking about rubrics in this section 2. We want to talk about how things integrate with Dropbox and quizzes and rubrics. So right here, you can add a rubric, or you can create a rubric in a new window. So if we want to add one, we would go here and say, I've got one made up. We can just select that and hit add selected. Or we can come into creating a rubric right here and say this is for paper number 1, well, number 4. I think I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this one shows up and it has percentages for each of these levels, and I don't really like to see the percentages there. So I want to change it from holistic to analytic, and then I am going to get it show up with points here. So we're going to say for paper number 4, our new criteria, we're going to start with grammar and spelling. All right, and for this first one, you'll get 4 points if you have 1 to 2 errors, you know, minimal errors on the whole paper. 3 to 4 errors will get you 3 points in that section. 5 to 6 errors will get you 2 points, and then 7 or more will get you no points, and you probably should have used a spell checker. So that is it for creating that. If you want to add more criterions, okay, and then you create that what you want to equal 4. You know, say they covered all the components, covered the majority of the components, covered some components, did not adequately cover, didn't cover components. So you've got your criteria here. This already shows published, it already shows saved. We're going to close it. And then paper number 4, our rubric shows right here, and we have that available to us again. So if we go back up into grades and manage grades, and if we select our new item again, go into numeric, you're going to see when we scroll down to rubrics and we go to add a rubric that is now available to us. I'm going to add the one from paper number 1 that I had created before. It's somewhat similar, but it's got a little bit of difference here. Shows 12 overall, so we've got our rubric added in there. So we're going to select it, add selected. Now we've got that there. To go over the rest of these items, display options, we can display the class average to users. I've seen that in one of the classes. I somewhat enjoyed seeing it, see where I was falling within the class. And then display the grade distribution, override display options for this item. You know, you have some options here. So we can hit that, and then you can make some changes here on what shows, the points grade, the grading scheme color or symbol. We're just going to leave it as it is. And then again, for managing the view, the override display options for this item, you can manage the view there. So this is our view. This up here is the student view. So that is it for creating those. I'm going to hit cancel because I've already done this. And the last thing that I want to go over real quickly is when we come back up to manage grades and hit new, this is the other way to select a category or to add a category. You just come right here and you can name it, and you can add in this information of how you want this category to display. And instead of doing that from the gradebook items, we can do it right here. So we'll just say we've already got participation. Let's say final exam. We're going to do a final exam category. Let's see. Distribute points across all items. We want to come up to these restrictions because we didn't go into that section. So we can add the start and end date here, have it display in the calendar for final exam. That's very important. So we'll just go ahead and adjust that start date. We'll say it's towards the end of the class, and we'll make it available for 2 days, display it in the calendar. And if we want to attach anything, we can do that, and we will just hit save and close. And then we have our final exam updated. So that is it for D2L on how to change gradebook settings, how to create electronic gradebook categories and items in D2L. And these will automatically integrate into your Dropbox, your quizzes, and your rubrics. Anything that we added in as a rubric, integrated in. Anything we add in as a quiz and select it as a quiz, we'll add in there. Anything that we make available that we need to have a student put in a Dropbox, you'll see paper number 3. These have come up over here in the Dropbox for students to add. So that is all I have today. I hope this how-to helped, and we'll see you next time. Please join me for some more. Thanks.